Looking at the underdogs, DraftKings Sportsbook doing these. Nick, the undefeated Dolphins are somehow a road underdog, probably because it's a short week and it's TNF.
Yeah, let me take a victory lap here real quick, Andrew, because last week we were kind of running into a similar choice with the Dolphins and Bills. I took the Dolphins. They end up hanging on, and I'm taking them again because why not double down on these Miami Dolphins and what they've been able to do on both sides of the football? This is a team that statistically last week was not looking like it was entering the best matchup against Buffalo, and yet they held them to 19 points. I think they could do the same thing against the Bengals this Thursday. Now, it's a short week, and Tua's banged up, but I like what their offense has done. Tua is lighting it up on downfield passes, so I love what this entire offense is doing. Complementary defense. They did enough last week. They can do enough again on the primetime stage.
Okay, we're once again looking at an undefeated team. The Eagles are undefeated and 3-0, but this one's a little bit different. Jacksonville is probably, I don't want to say everyone's darling right now, but they look good against LA, and they're coming to town here with Doug Peterson. Nick, your thoughts?
That's the prevailing question this week is, are the Jags good? Are they actually good? Could they win the AFC South? Could they beat the Eagles, a team that many see as a potential pick to reach the Super Bowl from the NFC? I think they got a shot. And the reason is, let's look at the Eagles and who they've played so far. Well, you beat the Lions, who are a punchy team. You've beaten the Vikings, who we'll see what we think about them by the end of the season. And then you beat the Commanders. They've looked good in all of those games, but I feel like they haven't quite been tested yet. Meanwhile, the Jags, they went out and put a whooping on the Chargers last week. And the reason I really like the Jags more than anything is the way Doug Peterson has this offense going. He's getting Trevor Lawrence out on the run. He's using the pass to set up the run. The run game itself has been good, and Trevor Lawrence looks fantastic. If you're not on board now with Trevor Lawrence, hop on the train. This kid is going to live up to that first overall pick status, and I think they could score an upset.
And we've seen that the last couple of weeks with Trevor Lawrence looking that good and the defense playing that well. Want to get back to the Bucs and the Chiefs here. For now, this game is in Tampa Sunday night, potentially moving. We just heard to Minneapolis. The Buccaneers are 2-point underdogs. The name of this segment, Underdogs here. You kind of like the Bucs?
I like them because of the way their defense has been playing. I also like them because Tom Brady has the most wins in head-to-head matches with Patrick Mahomes of any active quarterback. But really, it's more about the defense. Tampa's defense is fantastic. They're number one in scoring defense. They're top 5 in a number of key statistical categories: total defense, yards per play, rushing yards per game. We could keep going down the list. Tom Brady's also getting Mike Evans back, and he may get Julio Jones back. Todd Bowles sounded like he was a little bit more optimistic about him potentially returning, so ahead of schedule. And even if he just gets Mike Evans back, that's a huge boost because last week Tom Brady's top target was Russell Gage. We saw what happened there. They struggled to move the football. So no matter how good the defense is playing, as Bucky just talked about in the last segment, for the Chiefs, I can trust Tom Brady if he's at least got Mike Evans and that quick release. I think they got a shot to win this game, even if it is in Minnesota.
All right, let's go to Monday night. Also a primetime game here, obviously, on Monday night, with the Rams heading up to San Francisco. The Rams are the underdog. Nick, they have not won in Santa Clara since 2018.
Yeah, and the Niners are 10-3-1 at home against the Rams since 2008. So to kind of unintentionally quote the Electric Light Orchestra, some strange magic going on in the Bay Area when the Rams come to town. And I think that might play a factor again. But what is probably more important than anything is the fact that the Niners don't have Trent Williams at left tackle. Jimmy Garoppolo, you know what you're going to get out of him for the most part. He's coming off a pretty poor performance on Monday Night Football. And Matthew Stafford's struggling as well. But if I have to choose between these two teams, I feel more confident about the Rams, what they bring to the table, than I do against this Niners team that's also missing its starting running back in Elijah Mitchell. You know, we could throw that magic out the window. I think the Rams finally exercise that demon and get that win on primetime.
All right, with the 49ers right now, the bottom 5 of the NFL when it comes to overall passing numbers with Trey Lance, and now with Jimmy Garoppolo. Read Nick Shook's column